everybody, and welcome along. It's Monday today. We had a bit of a slog yesterday, actually. A 2-hour long live. I needed to go and lie down in a darkened room when it had finished. And I bet you did too. Some of you actually kindly messaged me and said you'd stuck with it till the end. And I applaud you. I really do, because if it wasn't that I was doing it, I don't know if I would have stuck with it till the end. Yay! Round of applause from Mr. F. Did you hear the little applause I gave him at the end of his video on PNGs? I thought he did a sterling job. And it's a really useful skill to know, I think. Anyway, enough. Let's get... Today is going to be easy peasy, really, really easy, and it's quick. So it's a kind of catch-up day today. But something useful as well, I think. And today we are doing a tuck corner, or a corner tuck, which I would more normally call it, but I seem to have written it down as a tuck corner. And today is the 18th. Gosh, this month's getting through. Right, so tuck corner tuck, whatever. Before I get started, I just want to show you this. And I hope you can see it in all its glory. Look at that. Look at that fabric. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to hold it up so you can really see it. It's like Tim Holtz wildflowers on steroids on fabric. And it's actually Liberty fabric. And Liberty do quite a lot of, well, they do loads of different fabrics, but with regards to the pure cotton craft fabrics, they do sort of like a patchwork weight, which is a bit heavier than this. And then they do this, which is called Paintalot. And I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but it is really, it's like gossamer, it's gorgeous. And I'm thinking that would come in for beautiful ruffles and pockets even. It's not thick enough. It's not thick enough to make a journal cover out of. It's way too thin, actually. But I ordered this piece off eBay. How much was it, Mr. F? Do you remember?
£7.
Yeah, £7, which I don't think is bad. It's quite a large piece, actually. It'll keep me going for a while. I was going to order the full metre, because why wouldn't you? And then I thought, no. We'll just order that.
£25 a metre
from Liberty themselves, yeah. And this is where I got it from. As I say, I got it on eBay, but it looks like they have their own shop. billowfabrics.co.uk. Free postage on orders over £15. That wouldn't be difficult to get to. And on their little card, complimentary card thing that comes, you get this little square of fabric. And trust me, that is not going to go to waste. It's so pretty. So I just thought you might be interested to see that, because I absolutely love it. Right, today. Today's the day. Oh, that was yesterday. Blimey. That was a marathon. Anyway, we ended up, I think, with quite a nice page, really. These are the file foldery bits, the faux files we made. We stamped them with Tim Holtz field note stamps. And they open up, and lo and behold, there is our... I can't tell you how glittery they are. They're way too glittery. But, you know, I've learned, and bearing in mind that this book is really an ideas book for what you would do in a journal or whatever, I've learned now that this is not the way to go if you want it to look like field notes. But anyway, I like the page. I enjoyed making it, even although it was a marathon. So we're on to the 18th, which is today. Right. You may recall some while ago, well, two things. One, I said I was going to try and use up some 12 by 12s. And secondly, further ago than that, ages ago actually, Mr. F went to a car boot and he got me he came across these loose papers that are Prima design papers, and I loved them at the time. I just didn't know what to do with them. And they've hung around. I don't know what that's there for. It's just a piece of plain white. They've hung around. Two pieces of plain white. They look like, are they called cutter parts? I think they're called cutter parts when they're on a sheet like this and you cut them apart to get things. I could be wrong about that. They're all 12 by 12. They're from a collection called Tea Time. That's tea as in drinking tea and thyme as in the herb. And there's that one as well. It's so pretty. So pretty. And this one, I mean, I just love that green. Not so sure what you're supposed to do with this really, but that one. So today I need a double-sided one today, and these are all double-sided. And I think I'm going to use this one. Running out of space yet again. Although this is directional, and that might come and bite me in my bum, I'm not sure. But we'll get. I have seen this made by a lady on YouTube called Gail Tuthill. I would recommend that you go and give Gail a watch. She's a hoot. She's a hoot a minute. And I rather enjoyed watching her. And this was one of the things that she was doing. She did say who she'd got it from. I can't quite remember, I'm afraid. But I certainly saw Gail Tuthill make this. So all credit to Gail. All hail the Gail. And as I say, I haven't made it myself. So, right. Want to know that you need is an 8 by 8 inch square. You can make it 9 square, 6 square, 5 square, whatever. She made hers 8, and I think it's going to be about the right size for our page. That's what I'm going on. So, I'm going to get my new toy out. I bought myself this over Christmas, and I haven't got it out until today. It is a rather splendid, which you can't see because we're cropped in too much, but it's a rather splendid cutting machine. So I'm going to cut this off at 8. Is that right? I really don't know how you use these things very well yet. If I do that there, that should be right. I've still got that border on the bottom. That's the thing. So here goes. Marvellous. And keep your scraps, because that's like 4 by 12. It's too good to chuck. And then we need this one here as well at 8. So this tool that I have is called a Caterpillar Pro. Fancy. Like Fancy Nancy. I don't know why that was so long. Is that right? That's 8. And that's 8. Yeah, so I just need to cut my white border off, I think. And I'm trusting that it's right. I haven't done a sort of trial piece yet. Just got a tiny little bit of that white border left there. Well, I think that's it. So let's pop that back over, precariously balanced over there. And here's my 8 by 8 square. It's got that on the back, this on the front. And I've got 2 really good bits left. One 12 by 4, one 8 by 4. So don't chuck them. And I've cut off this strip because there's no print on it on either side that's of any use to us. So get your scoreboard out. And score at 3 inches. Turn it round clockwise and score at 3 inches. And then what you want to do is, I don't know which side you can see this best on really, you just want to cut out this bottom right hand corner. So it's along line down there. I'll do it and then you'll see see what's going on, excuse me. So just up to the crease line. Some of you may have already seen this. I don't think it's a new thing. It was just new to me, and I thought, oh, that's a really good way of using up our 12 by 12s. Right, so you cut that out, keep hold of that as well. Right, so now we've got lines to score on. So I'm just going to fold that up there. Make sure that you're square on the outside and give that a bit of a burnish. Fold this over here. Give that a bit of a burnish. Right, okay, so this is what we're left with. Now we've got two choices. We can fold that up there and fold that back on itself. I'm going to have to trim off this little white bit here because it's going to annoy me. I think I need to practice with my cutter. So used to using the quilting ruler. Yeah, okay, so you can do that with it. So you would ostensibly have a little pocket there and a little pocket there. The writing on this side is the right way up. Or you can turn it the other way around and have it that way, like that, and fold this one up. There you go. Personally, myself, I prefer it this way because that writing is the right way up. And the rose pattern, the floral, it's just a floral, so it's happy wherever it is, really. Yeah, that's perfectly accurate. So that's our little pocket. And that's going to be our corner tuck. It's quite a large corner tuck, but there was no stipulation on size. So you could glue it down on three sides if you wanted to. It would then become a pocket, not a tuck, of course, and put things in the top. But if you just glued it down there and there, you've got all of this space here to put things in securely. And I quite like that idea. As I say, if you didn't do it 8 by 8, but did it, say, 6 by 6, you know, you'd have a much smaller one. Of course, your pockets would be smaller and therefore questionably any use for anything. But anyway, that's what I've done. So we'll get back to that in a minute, inking it and whatever. But let's put some paper on the page. What have I just done with all my Prima pages? Oh, here they are. So let's have a look and see what we think would look best. So if I put that one down, glue's in the way. If I put that one down and put that in the corner. I don't dislike it, but it's a bit on the dark side. What's on the other side? Well, that's a good question. So that goes like that. Yeah, that's a possibility. A definite possibility. I don't like the dark. I love this. I love it. Oh, that's so nice. The one that was a possibility is now not a possibility because I love this. I don't like the dark, so I'll keep that. There's this one, which is, oh, that might work. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use that one. It's been decided, which is no bad thing. Before I get too carried away, how about a roll call?
Why not?
Why not?
It may or may not be accurate because YouTube wouldn't let me in.
They wouldn't let you in? Oh, brilliant.
It's obviously watched my video, thought better.
Have you managed to get in now?
I'm in now. I'm in.
All right, good.
But the list may not be up to date. But anyway, Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Bernice.
Hello, Bernice.
Janya.
Hi, Janya.
Ros.
Hi, Ros.
Jean.
Hi, Jean.
Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen.
Shaz.
Hi, Shaz.
Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Connie.
Hi, Connie.
Flo.
Hi, Flo.
Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Natalie.
Hello, Natalie.
Connie.
Hi, Connie.
Megan.
Hello, Megan.
Violet.
Hello, Violet.
Jan.
Hiya, Jan. Nice to see you here.
Nancy.
Hiya, Fancy Nancy.
Miranda.
Hello, Miranda.
Beryl.
Hello, Beryl.
Leslie.
Hello, Leslie.
Esther.
Hello, Esther.
If I've missed anybody, I'll shout out because I couldn't get in to get the names.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not seeing any coming up there that I haven't seen. Can I just say, isn't it odd? You maybe don't notice it, but every single day, Sharon is directly after Shaz.
That's because I write a list out and tick them off as they come along.
Oh, okay.
It's because my lists are in that order, not the order they arrive in necessarily.
Oh, all right.
Though the people at the top tend to be there first, like Terry, Bernice,
Yeah.
Tanya, Roz, Jean.
Yeah.
They're usually the first in the door.
Well, that's good.
But I keep the same list for a few days and just put a different tick by the side of them.
Ah, I see. I thought it was just really odd that they were always arrived.
No, because it's virtually impossible now. We've got so many to scroll through the names and pick out the ones that I have or haven't said.
Fair enough.
Because my short-term memory is bad.
Right, I'm going to try this cutting machine thing again. This cutting board. Let's see if I can be slightly more accurate this time. It's always helpful if you can see your marks. Right, so that... Oh yeah, I need to get that right. Oh, I need practice with this. I really do, guys. So how do I know when that mark is exactly on the thing? I can't tell. I'm going to have to move my cutter up there. So I guess you get it on the edge of that metal thing. I guess that's the idea. Do you get the idea? I should have practiced this. I'm going to try that.
I can't see what's happening.
Let's have a look and see. That's right on the mark. Right on the money. So this one I want to get right on the mark as well. I think it's just going to be practice. Yeah, that's good so far. And this one right on the edge of that. We'll know if when I try it up to the paper and it's completely wrong. Right, let's give it a try then, shall we? It does have some fancy pants light in it as well, light guidance thing. Sounds more like Johnny landing, doesn't it?
And it sharpens itself every time.
And it sharpens itself. Yeah, I mean, Mr. F did the homework, and I mean, look at that. I've actually cut it right. These marks that you're seeing, they're in the design. They are not. I haven't put them in there. They were just there in the design. So yeah, I'm going to ink around that and I'm going to stick that down. I'm feeling very pleased with myself.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
So this is walnut stain again. The main reason I'm using walnut stain is it was out on my desk. But I think on a colour such as this sort of beigey, slightly corally colour, it's maybe for the best. It stands out. I think Julie's also with us, but she's crafting and just listening. She's trying to get stuff done rather than join in our chat. I forgot to leave my walnut stain on its head last night, upside down, so it's being a bit parsimonious. Right, let's get this stuck down then. I'm just going to use my prompt sheet if I knew where it was. Just use this bit of paper then instead.
Jenny wants to know if you're taking a break after the JJJD is over.
Yeah, for about 11 months and then we'll start again on the 1st of January. Don't be daft, Johnny, we don't take breaks. Do we, Mr. F?
No, it may be back to Tuesdays and the weekends, perhaps.
Yeah, probably.
Though I've got a lot of catching up to do. with the take fives and the like.
Yeah, you have. It seems such a shame, doesn't it, to cover that up, but what can you do? I think this is my dilemma with really pretty paper pads that you buy, that you cut into them and it's gone, and whatever's on the back of what you're using is gone too. Whereas with digitals, you can just print it again and again and again and again. And yeah, you know, I mean, I know it costs money with paper and ink, etc., but
You can get pre-printed ones that are just one-sided, of course.
yeah, you can, and then you wish you had it double-sided, so you can't win.
I know. But the double-sided ones are of less use. It's a bit like the pages out the books when they've got a picture of a bird on one side and a picture of a bird on the other.
I know, you can
You've got to
only
lose
have
one
one.
or the other.
You can only have one. Right, well, that's pretty accurate cutting. Well done, my machine. So let's get that stuck down a bit near the bottom here. Need to just, that's, Collal is so good for that. You know, you've got thinking time with it, which is excellent. Right, it's getting increasingly difficult, you know, as the days go by, to do this side because it's quite lumpy. But a little bit of rubbing and we'll soon be there. You guys that are doing file folders and stuff, you've got the advantage really, because each day is a new page. There we go. I think that's about as rubbed down as I can make it. Right, so let's go back to our pocket thing, corner tuck. I nearly called it a pocket. That's because it could be, but in this instance it's not. Right, I'm going to ink around all of that and then see what's left to do. So I hope everybody is in good form today, feeling well, joyous at the start of a new week. We've been this morning out of the house, which is a rarity for us in these days of lockdown. We've been clicking and collecting. Well, we clicked the other day, we've been to collect. We had to wait a week for a time slot to collect the blinking groceries, which has meant that we've been a bit hungry for a while. No, we haven't been hungry. We just had to go out through the freezer and all the things that have sort of made their way to the bottom because we're not that keen on them. We've had to eat them up. Well, that's no bad thing, is it really? It's a good thing, in fact. But today we're back. Fridge is full. Freezer's looking healthy. And we're having steak and salad for tea. That's never bad, is it? So just want to go down here. Yeah, I pushed the boat out today because as I say, we've been on a bit of a, I won't say diet, just hasn't been much food around. So have I gone everywhere? I think so. Right.
Denise thinks the shape of your book was a great choice.
Yeah, do you know, Bernice, I really like the shape of the book, and it wasn't for any specific reason. It was just the only one I could wrest out of Mr. F's hands. Right, so the thing is then that this bit here is going to get glued to this bit here. And then this bit here is getting glued to there, obviously. I do want to sew it though. So I'm thinking I need to sew this bit first. So I'm just going to do that. I mean, it literally would be 2 seconds, just sew along that little bit there.
1, 2.
I haven't got my sewing machine set up yet. Right, I'm going out. Oh, hang on, I want to put a tie at the start and end. Right, I'm back again temporarily. Let's just cut these ends off. I cut my ends off. Some people I know leave them like strings, and I must say I find that quite attractive sometimes. But mostly I think, no, it's not for me. So the next thing that needs to be done is sew up there, isn't it? And then sew all around. Right, I'm going to sew this bit. Wait. I put a coral coloured thread in the machine, which I know isn't helping you see it very much, but it does sort of blend with the colour of the paper. So right, I've sewn down there. So as I say before I started stitching, if you want to glue it, that's fine. Just go ahead and glue it. There's no reason why you shouldn't. So now I'm just going to sew around the entire thing. Be back in a min. Oh, you're coming with me, aren't you? Hello. Oh, maybe one more stitch there. Maybe. Oh, now it's too many. Oh. Okay, so there we are. That's done. Told you it was nice and easy. I haven't quite finished yet, but that's the fundamentals. The fundamentals are done. I've got a bin, access to a bin. So there we are. So that's going to go on there. Can of course make this, as I say, any size. I think my chair's gone down. I feel like I'm sort of reaching up to the table.
You've worn a hole in the floor.
I'm not surprised. I sit here often enough. So yeah, that's going to go on there. But that has now given us some pockets, is what I'm looking for. Now this was a little bit that we cut off, remember, from the bottom right hand corner. And I think what Gail did was make a tag to go in there. I, of course, also have this paper, and I'm quite liking the idea of making a tag out of that. I can't see any reason why I can't do that. So let's just get some measurements. It measures, well, the whole pocket width is 3 inches, because that was the score line that we put on, if you remember. So I'm going to make my tag 2.5 inches. And then it'll go in and out easily. And I'll worry about the height in a minute. So 2.5 inches. You can see me there, can't you? Yeah. I must admit, I like having you tighter in, you know, cropped in. I feel like you can see more of what's going on. Now,
except when you wander off the side.
Except when I wander off the side. Now, with these, you can make ruffles, paper ruffles, if you want to. If you're really insistent that you want to use everything of your paper pad, then use this to make a paper ruffle. Mine's not going exactly square, of course. But you just keep pleating it and pressing it. And before long you will have something that will resemble a ruffle one way or the other. Please fold there, thank you. So you can do that all along, you can sew down it and you'll have a ruffle. That's the plan. Right, here's my what's going to be my tag. Does it have an up and a down? There's writing there, I can't see. Wait till I get the magnifying glass out. Yeah, that goes that way. Yeah, so this is down. So how long do I want it? I quite fancy having it sticking out the top a little bit. So I'm going to mark it there. Just cut that off there. It's arbitrary what how long you make it. It's just up to whatever you fancy. I can't think of anything to do with that. Right, so here we are. Here's our card. This way up. That goes in there, nice as you like. And I might leave it that tall. Just cut that off. But I do... You could journal on that if you were desperate. But I'm just going to use a bit of coffee stained paper and back that so it really is a proper tag. I've got some little bits here that will do the job. I've got all sorts of things balanced on my bin. Just a bit of this. Is this the right side? Was I going to use the other side? No, that just gets lost. So I'll use the rosy side. I thought it was just a neat little thing to do. You know, it's nice and easy. It would form a nice feature in a journal. On a journal page, definitely, without a doubt it would. And you've used up a page of your 12 by 12. I mean, I'm using up more, obviously, because I've put the backing paper on the page, but, you know, this whole thing, and you get a tag and whatever, from one 12 by 12, it's pretty good, really. So, let's cut this out. My black handled scissors. My black handled scissors cut straighter when I'm cutting things out. I know, bizarre, eh?
Jen's lurking. Must be at work.
Oh, Blingy! I hope you liked yesterday's butterflies. So honestly, it doesn't get much more blingy than that. I'd need sunglasses if that was the case. Right, so I just need to cut the tops off to make it into a tag.
Lorna says hi.
Hi, Lorna. That's just going to be a bit too big. Where's my tag templates? Here they are. Are they all a bit long? Yeah, they all are. Gonna have to do it the good old-fashioned way. Cut a bit off. Catch it. Turn it over. So you get the same on both sides. Like that, I think. There we go. Right, so we have a tag. I have a tag that's backed, furthermore. So I'm going to ink around that. I haven't really thought about ribbon or anything in it. Got a little bit of cream lace sat here on my desk doing nothing, so it might get employed. It's amazing, isn't it, how little bits escape and they kind of hang around your desk for days. Don't know what they're doing. So we have a corner tuck, we have a tag. Let's have a think, see what else we can do. Right, where's that little bit of lace that I had? Here it is. I don't really know what purpose this is serving, but it would make a little tag in that, wouldn't it? A little, you know, doodah.
Jen wants to know what the prompt is today.
The prompt is corner tuck or tuck corner. I can't now. I've said it so many times both ways. I can't remember what the right way is. But it's a tuck that goes in the bottom of your page. Like this. It's a rather large one, but you could make it smaller. It's just that I saw this lady called Gail Tuthill make this, and I thought it's such a useful little thing. No, it goes like that. And a really good way of using up 12 by 12. So I just thought I'd show it to you because I think it's a good thing to have in this ideas book, because I can just see me sort of flipping through and coming to this and thinking, yes, that's what I'll do on that page. So I'm just going to make a hole in that.
Our Dixie's there.
Oh, Dixie, haven't seen you for a while. What you been doing? Right. So that's about the centre, about there. And put it on the big hole. Oh, don't start shaking now. That's never the middle. I've gone for the wrong mark. Oh, I'm going to have to put another one in now, make a bow. Oh my goodness. So where's that one then? It's about there. So this one's going to have to be about there. Up a bit.
A bit more. About there.
There's some little dots on this paper, and I've obviously just
picked a random dot.
Let's see how far in that one was. It's about there. So I'll go there and it'll be about the same, I think. Lovely. Marvellous. We were going to have a bit of random lace. Now I'm going to have to see if I can find a bit of random ribbon in the right colour. You pass me that pink one. Pink bag. Further back behind you. Back, further back.
No, here, on the window.
Thank you.
On the window would have been better.
Right. So. Oh, I don't know what to. Oh, that's. See, I'm going back to pink, and it's really coral what we have, but never mind. I wonder if I could tie a bow with that. Probably. No, that's. I'm happy with what I've got. I'm happy.
You happy?
Yeah, I'm always happy, me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much always happy.
It's true. You're right, smiley little thing. But they do say ignorance is bliss.
Well, that's the thing, you know. Anything that might be mildly problematic, I pass on to you.
It's true.
Deal with this. Or more likely, what do you think we should do? I don't know. And it's generally something to do with a MacBook. It's generally that I'm trying to get into somewhere I haven't got access to or something like that. I'm looking at my MacBook and I sigh for a while. And if he hasn't taken the hint then, I'll say, do you know what this means? Don't tell. That's generally what I say, isn't it? Do you know what this means? I say, what? I'll say, well, it says, whatever it says. And he'll say, well, I can't see it from here, can I? As long as it's not on your lap, I can't see what it says. So pass it over to him, end of all my troubles. I could get him to explain what he's done, but I don't bother. Next time it happens, I'll just pass it over to him again. So there we go. We've sort of saved the day a little bit. I'm not saying that would have been the ideal thing for there by any stretch, but it's on there. Right. So that's going to go in there. You could sew around it if you so desired. I'm just leaving mine like that. The sewing around it isn't intrinsic to the idea of the page, whereas the sewing round of this was, if you see what I mean.
Beneath there, which gale was it?
Tuthill. 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 Gail Tuthill. And I'd recommend her. I found her hilarious. I was watching her painting something and it was absolutely hysterical. I mean, the girl ended up... she had as much paint on her as she was trying to get on the thing she was doing. Right, so that's that. So I've had a bit of a plan. I don't think it's a unique plan. I think others have thought of this first. That you could make a little notebook out of what you've got left to go in there. So I've got that piece and I've got this piece. So I think I'll use the larger piece. And yeah. So that's there. Ooh, what was that?
I have no idea. The whole thing just...
Oh. I don't know. The iMacs decided to fall over. Yeah, so I think that's about right there. Short of there, short of there. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Let's just work out which side we want, but I'll crease it first. You all right over there?
Yeah, it's just the springs obviously got in the back of the iMac or something.
Oh. Well, it's not in its first flush, is it?
It's old and past it like me.
So I'm thinking for this one, we probably want the text out. The text that's in there behind that. This one. Just to add a bit of variety. So yeah, I think that's what I think. There we go. I'm just going to cut up here. So now we have a notebook, which would be much, much better if we actually had paper in it. So back to the coffee stained paper department. Let's see what we've got. I just tend to shove all my cut bits into here as well as whole sheets. So I've got bits and pieces. So let's see what we've got that's anything like what, well, that could be cut down. It would be a bit short, but maybe they're all a bit short. Yeah, because this is obviously A4 across there. Well, that's all right. That's fine. So let's cut this one down to size. So I want it just a little bit in from the top, a little bit in from the bottom. Mark it. You've watched me make loads and loads of these, guys. I'm a bit of a notebook freak, really. I love notebooks. I've always loved notebooks. All my life, not just my adult life. Absolutely all my life. I've loved stationery and pens and anything like that. Mr. F actually has a fine collection of pens, don't you, Mr. F?
I do.
The first real gift I ever got Mr. F was a Mont Blanc pen. Wasn't it?
It was.
You liked it, didn't you?
I still do. It's one of my favourites.
So yeah, he's got a nice collection. They're not all Mont Blancs. Some of them are lesser.
Seduced me with a pen.
I seduced you with a pen.
A fountain pen, to be specific.
Yeah. So I'm just going to fold over some of these. You could make it more interesting by tearing round them if you wanted to. I think we'll be all right like this. And I'm not going to put masses in, otherwise it's not going to fit in the pocket. So how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there anything else more interesting? No. Let's put one more in. Right, there we go. So let's stack them together. They're all identical, which isn't really what I wanted. I wanted a bit of difference, but you get the idea. And furthermore, I get the idea. So when I come to use this, I'll know what's going on. Right, I'm just going to trim down there because that always really annoys me when they walk from the centre. So I'll just straighten that up. There we go. So there we have our little notebook. And it's going to go in here. Get it the right way up. Like that. So you could, I might just chop a little bit off because it just looks a little bit too long when you open that. So I'm just going to chop a tiny little bit off there. 1/8 of an inch or something will do the job. Something not too much, but enough. Right, so there we go. That fits in there better, does it, nowadays? Yeah, that's much better. I like that. So I'm going to ink around here. You can, of course, should you wish to, sew around this as well. And I'm inking both sides, the inside and the outside, because of course we'll see both. And that's another beauty of having double-sided 12 by 12s. Just have to pick your battles, don't you? You know, the ones where you need to see both sides have got to be double-sided. The ones where you're just going to stick them down, well, they can be single-sided. Talking about picking your battles, we're watching a really good series at the moment. Well, we're enjoying it. Well, I'm enjoying it. I don't even know if Mr. F is particularly enjoying it.
Oh, I'm enjoying it.
It's called Medieval Dead, and I know that sounds a bit gruesome. Well, it is a bit gruesome, but it's about this guy who's in real life. It's not like Indiana Jones type thing.
Battlefield archaeologist.
Yes, he is a battlefield archaeologist, and he goes around places where there were battles, known battles, some unknown battles really even, in the medieval times. So that's from the 5th to the 15th century. And finding skeletons and seeing what they can tell us, really. And I'll tell you, in this day and age, it is amazing what they can tell you. If they've got a tooth left, I can tell you all sorts of things. The colour of their eyes. Well, the likely colour of their eyes. Just amazing things. You know, where they came from, what their diet was. Staggering, and it's so interesting. However, that's just what we like. Right, so get this the right way up, like that. Now, you've got some choices now. You can sew this in as a 3-hole signature pamphlet stitch, which would probably be my go-to way of doing it. You could sew it down on the sewing machine, or you could glue each page in bit by bit. It's entirely up. You could staple it, whatever. You could put a bit of fabric over there. That would look nice. Whatever, we have choices. But the choice I'm going to use today is I'm going to sew it in with the machine. That's what I'm going to do. Let's get that to the right place, and I'm going to clip it.
Shaz is asking what channel it's on, but I couldn't actually tell you off the top of my head. Sky History, maybe?
Yeah, it might be Sky History. You need to go and watch the catch-up things, because I think we're nearly coming to the end of it now. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Sky History.
Sky History. Right, so I'm just going to sew down here. Put my needle in the middle. I'm going to knock off the tie off, because I want to do a little bit of reversing at the beginning. And then go up that centre line. The clip's got caught, it's not helping much. Okay, like I say, you had many options as to how to attach this. Scissors, snip the ends off. Tomorrow, don't forget, it's Take 5 day. It's Tuesday. It's Take 5 day. So you'll see me twice tomorrow. One will be a video, one will be a live. I'll probably keep it that the January dailies are live and do the Take 5 as a video. It's usually a little bit shorter. That stitching isn't exactly on there, which is bad. But because of the lights that we've got on, it's really hard to see where the crease was. But you know, I can live with that. It's okay. So there we are. I'm just gonna get one of my things that says notes, cut it out with my decal edge scissors. Vicky Bates messaged me just before I started this live to say that she has a new kit in her shop, the journal boat. And I haven't had time to have a look at it yet, and I'm desperate to see what it's like. So feel free to pop over and have a look and see what it is. That could do with having something behind it just to set it off a bit. It's a bit lost on there. I'm just wondering whether a bit of that would help. Probably. It's going to be inked as well, just to set it off a little bit. Just cut that there. Cut the end off. Yeah, I think that's better. Cut that off down there. Ink around everything. Stick it on. We're getting very close. To see, even this, which was, you know, really easily McPeasley, it's been nearly an hour. Can't believe it. So there we go, that's that. I'm just going to ink around here too. Still got the thing to put on, still got a number to put on. Come on. Right, then, put that over on its upside down. So I'm going to aim for this somewhere like the middle, I would guess. About there, quite like that actually. So let's just stick that down. So I hope you have a go at this, because it really, really is easy. And fun. like not much that can go wrong really. I shouldn't have said that now, should I? I just knew as it left my lips I should not have said that. Is that fairly central? Not too bad. I've still got glitter everywhere after yesterday's debacle. I knew I was going to spill that wretched stuff. Stick the notes on there. There we are. A little notebook. It's hardly worthy of the grand notes on the front, but I like it. It looks nice. So let's have a look then, see what we've got. Let's clear all this coffee stained paper away. Bits for the bin when I can get to the bin. Right, so we've got our pocket thing, corner tuck, we've got the tag in it, we've got this lovely little notebook that's going to go in there and just fit like that. You'd think it was made for it, wouldn't you? So we just need to stick this down onto our page. Before I do, what did you do with those dies that you cut, please? I was going to tell you what I wanted them in, wasn't I? I think craft paper.
You need a 1 and an 8.
Yeah, but I think they all come out together, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't make it not do that, but
No, it's fine.
there'll be more dates to come.
There will. Indeed there will. So I'm going to, whilst Mr. F cranks a die out for me, I'm going to stick this down onto here. So I'm going to use double-sided and glue, because I think, particularly with corner tucks, I always think there's a fair bit of pressure on them. So in my usual belt and braces style, we'll have a bit of double-sided and we'll have a bit of glue. Let's just check I'm doing this right. Yeah. As I say, if you wanted to turn this into a pocket, there's no reason why you shouldn't. It's not the prompt for today, of course, but, you know, if it suits your needs better, do this round 3 sides and make it into a pocket. It's always an option. So I'm just going to burnish that down. There we go. There we go. And I'm just going to put a bit of Cosmic Shimmer on it. Cosmic Shimmer glue. Thank you, my love.
Let's take them out for you.
Well, just the 1 and the 8 would be great. That's lovely, thank you. So we've got the double-sided, we've got a bit of the Cosmic Shimmer glue on there as well. So hopefully this corner tuck won't be going anywhere soon. And we'll just stick that little way in from the corner, so 1/4 of an inch up and 1/4 of an inch in, like that.
I'll give you the 1 and the 8 because you had trouble recognising numbers the other day.
No, I went number blind. So there we are. That ought to be in. Okay, put our little notebook in. And now we'll just ink around these, stick them on, and you know what, Jean? Bob's your uncle. I like this craft paper when it's inked around. I really like it. In fact, I like craft paper full stop, really.
Jenny says she feels like she's in class when the live begins.
Oh no!
She sits there with the book open and the prompt list ready to check off the prompt for the day.
Oh, that's so nice.
And Dixie, who's missed most of it, says, could we have a flip through at the end?
Yeah, of course we can. Of course we can. I didn't do a flip through at the start because I thought, oh, I bet they're absolutely sick to the back teeth of looking at what we've done. So I'm doing my best to get into all the nooks and crannies of this, but it's not particularly easy.
Jean thinks she's got some cookie crumbs in a space bar.
Really?
Yeah. She's been eating over the keyboard.
She has. Well, that's just the price of you then, Jean, isn't it, really? If you've been eating over the keyboard, it's like eating in bed. Don't be surprised if you get crumbs. Cookies. What are they again? So there we are, that's that. So that's our number. I think it stands out sufficiently on there because this is a relatively muted page. So I shall stick those on. Oh, I hope I get them in the right place. Please, let them be in the right place. So I quite like that about there, and that's going to go there. And it looks all right, I think. As I've said before, nothing a blind man on a galloping horse would notice. And the question is, there, to that statement, what would a blind man on a galloping horse notice visually? Very little. Right, so that's going to go there. These numbers are slightly different sizes, so yeah, I think that's all right there. Does that look all right there to you, Mr. F?
It looks grand and fine and dandy.
Grand and fine and dandy, can't ask for more.
Because all the numbers in that die are different sizes.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Right, I think we've made it, guys. I think we have got through to the end of that page. My humble apologies about the shocking pink ribbon. It was kind of what was to hand at the time, and the rest is this lovely muted peachy latte type colour. The prompt for today was corner tuck, and as you can see we've got a gigantic tuck there. So let's just show you that. So there you go, you can get all sorts of stuff in that tuck. It's lovely, I really like that actually. Right, let's start from the beginning and see what we've been up to all along, shall we? Right from day one. Day one, there we go, it was January the 1st, unsurprisingly. And it was Shabby Chic was the prompt for that. I'll just get my prompt sheet. Well, I would if I knew where it was. Oh, it's there. Yeah, January 1st was Shabby Chic, and it's got this lovely big pocket in here that we could put anything in at all. Day 2 was mushrooms, and it's got a pocket in here as well, in there, so you can put stuff in there. And it's got all these lovely die cuts of mushrooms. It says mushroom toadstool, 2nd of January. It's got these leaves that are a bit dimensional. I quite like that. Day 3 was a green theme. So we've obviously got a green theme, and it's a giant envelope that's got a gusset both sides. So you can open that up and you can get quite a lot in there. Day 4 was acetate. And it's this, there's a little bit of acetate here, which is a window, as you can see. It's got a butterfly in the middle. I think, like I keep saying, when this is finished, I might come back and decorate around here. I don't want to decorate this side because this is the side that things will be sliding in and out. But around here looks a little bit on the plain side to me. Day 5 was eyelets. and I chose to use my eyelets to make a corset out of paper. Day 6 was a tummy tuck, and there's my tummy tuck down there, and it's got another little tummy tuck across there, so you can pull that out if you want and put it back in. And then underneath here there's plenty space for pushing whatever you want, journal card, tag, notebook, whatever, under this big tummy tuck. It's got a little collage here in the corner. Number 7, this is our least successful day. It was about decoupage. So we gessoed the page, sponged the page, stamped the page, and then decoupaged. But it just wasn't going right. Wasn't having it. That's a pocket in there. And that was the 7th. Then the 8th, we did the envelope stack. Because I'd just received my envelope punch board and I was really, really excited about it. So I made 3 envelopes from the envelope punch board, and we revisited the technique from the day before, where we gessoed, stamped and decoupaged, and it worked a treat. So I can only presume that it was the paper the day before it didn't like. And then we tied them all up with twine. This one is the altered paper clip, which is this one. It's double-sided and it's got a dangle. There's not much more you can do to a paper clip really, but I've taken it out of there because it's just, it fits in there really nicely, but it's just a bit fat for when we are working on the rest of the journal. So it goes in there, that's where it lives, and it's a good fit. It's just a bit too bumpy for us at the moment. This one was using stamps and watercolour paint, and this is another one where I would come back in round the sides, maybe a little bit on the bottom, put some of the Tim Holtz wildflower die cuts around it just to jazz it up a little bit. This was the 11th, and it was, what was the 11th? What was the 11th? Brads, that's right. So these are brads down here. This was paper that we painted with a metallic paint, embossed it, then used the brayer with a little bit of paint on, just the weight of the brayer, no extra weight, just to pick up the tops of those bumps from the embossing folder and give that sort of metallic-y look. And then we've got this sort of keeper here, so you can put things in there, and then it's got a little Velcro button and it'll keep things safe. This here is number 12, and it was it Fussy Cuts? I think it deserves to be if it wasn't. 12th, where are you? Use a Fussy Cut. There we are. So this is the paper from the journal boat, the blue and yellow set, which I adore. I adore it. And these are Fussy Cuts from a book that I had that Fussy cut out. These butterflies are from the kit. These 2 green ones here are die cuts, labels from the kit, and we stamped the date on it. So that was that page. This one was a floating pocket, and you can see it indeed is a floating pocket. There's the pocket, and it clips onto here. This and all of this is from Lorna Taylor's set, La Vie en Rose, which is just too beautiful for words. So both these kits, I love them both. This one was interesting, the 14th. This is all paper, all of it. I know it looks like fabric, but it's actually paper. And we cut it and inserted a zip, a functioning zip. So you can put that down there. These are pockets. We've covered in behind it with the same stuff. So you're safe to put anything you like in there. It's just a pocket with a zip. And this on the side is, I kind of wanted it to look like a denim jacket sort of pocket. So need something smaller for that. So it is actually a proper pocket. It functions as a pocket. Oh, I haven't been in there since I need to get my bone folder in there and release that. This one was vellum, I think, 15 vellum, was it? Yeah, vellum. And this is another set from Lorna's tailor-made journals, and it's the lace set 1, I think. And this is a set of PNG files, which Mr. F is slowly introducing you to how to use PNG files. But they look gorgeous on there. This is lace. A roundel I had left from the acetate window. Excuse me, a little bird from the La Vie en Rose, I think, fussy cuts. And then we made a vellum envelope that had also been printed with the lace from Lorna's set. And a fussy cut, lots more images from the La Vie en Rose, and popped them into the envelope. I haven't inked around them or anything. It's a couple of birds and lots of flowers. And I thought that whoever eventually ended up with a journal, whichever journal it is, might like those to decorate certain pages or certain things that they put in themselves. So I've left those unattached for people to put in themselves if they want to. The 16th was a winter theme, which was this, and this stag is embossed. His body's clear embossed and his antlers are silver embossed. The trees have got glitter on them, there's snowflakes, there's stars. Excuse me, my throat's drying up. I put organza ribbon down there with some flat back pearls. Just a bit of... We dyed some gauze, an appropriate colour, and we used that. And just a little magic of winter there. Then this was yesterday, the 17th, which turned out to be an epic. It's two sort of things that look like file folders, acetate windows, bit of a page out of a book on butterflies. It's got butterfly charms on it. They open up, and lo and behold, here we have two butterfly species, samples, specimens. So this is the papillon page. This one is called P. Paintalot, and this one is P. Fixati. I don't think you get the full glory of just quite, yeah, that's it. They're pretty sparkly. I made a real faux pas, to be honest. They don't go with the page at all. Everything else is alike, but they are way too sparkly. But you know, it's an ideas book, and I do like the idea, just I would tone those down. And that brings us on to today, which is a corner tuck. We've got it attached down two sides so we can tuck things in there. We've got a little notebook, we've got a little tag, and without any of the things in, that's what it looks like. We made it out of 12 by 12. You could make it out of 8 by 8 if you've got 8 by 8 pads that need using up. That fits into there, the notebook fits into there, and that's a nice page actually. I like that. It's nice. So that's this here. This page is tomorrow. This represents tomorrow. So
you
we'll
must be getting on because the diagrams are getting more complicated.
Yeah, they are. They are. I noticed this. This cycloid. Cycloid, that's a cycloid. Yeah, anyway, there we go. I hope you've enjoyed today. I realise it's, well, I was going to say it hasn't been the longest. It's been an hour and a quarter, so you've done well listening for this long. And I'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock live here. And at 4 o'clock, after I've finished rabbiting on, the Take 5 will go out on video. So thank you very, very much for joining me. I've really enjoyed today. It was easy and pleasurable. So thank you one and all. Please do your level best to stay safe. And I'll catch you all again tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, take care, be safe, be happy.